Good morning, student. I am Abhinasan. I am going to teach you Ncert Science, class 7th, chapter 1. I have already taught you part 1. This is the part 2, Ncert Science, chapter 1, class 7th. Other mode of nutrition in plant. First, I will understand the autotrophic mode of nutrition in plant. Here we will understand the other mode of nutrition in plant. Plant also do the mode of nutrition. Here we will study about this. There are some plant which do not have chlorophyll. There are also some plant which do not chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize food. They do not do photosynthesis. How do they survive and where do they derive in nutrition? So there is a question arises, how do they survive and where do they get from the food? Human and animal such plant depend on the food produced by the plant. And human and animal, they do not prepare their own food, they depend on the plant, or they are the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. These types of mode of nutrition called heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and we will look figure 1.5. The organism as we know that the organism who do not prepare their own food, they are called heterotrophic, such as human and animal. You see yellow wiry branched structure twined around the stem and branch of a tree. This is plant cascata. The Hindi name is Amarbel. It does not have chlorophyll. It takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. There is a plant parasite that it does not prepare their own food. It depends on the plant that he live on. It takes the ready-made food from that plant on which is climbing. The plant which is climb is called the host. The plant on which the parasite or live are called host. Since it deprive the host of the valuable nutrition, cascata is called parasite. Cascata is called parasite. There is a plant that live in a tree. There are cascata. It is a marble. It is a parasite because it does not prepare their own food. It depends on the plant that are in climbing. Are we another animal also a kind of parasite? There is question, are we an animal are also a parasite? Useful think about it and discuss with your teacher. You can think about this and it can be discussed your teacher. Paheli want to know whether mosquito, bedbug, leech and leeches that suck our blood also parasite. Paheli wanted to know that whether mosquito, bedbug and leech also parasite. Yes, these all are also parasite because they do not prepare their own food. They suck the human blood. Have you seen the herd of plant that can eat animal? Have you seen anywhere the herd of plant that eat the animal? There are few plant which can trap insect and digest them. There are few plant that do not prepare their own food. They eat insect. Is it not amazing? Is it not amazing? Such plant may be green or some of the color. Some plant may be either green or other color. Look at the figure 1.6. Here is given picture plant showing the lead and picture leaf modified into the picture. Jug-like structure. The picture plant look or jug-like structure is a modified part of the leaf. The leaf of picture plant modified like a jug. This apex of leaf form a lid which can open and close the mouth. The picture inside the picture there are hair which entangle the trap insect and lid closed and insect is trapped. When the insect is come to this tree, the lid open and trap the insect. Lid closed and insect is trapped. Insect is killed by the juice secreted by the pitcher and its nutrients are absorbed, and a pitcher plant secrete a juice and kill the insect and take nutrients of this insect. Such insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. There are some plant who eat insect, they are called insectivorous plant, such as pitcher plant, and uh, it is a heterotrophic because it does not prepare their own food. Is it possible that such plants do not get all nutrient from the soil in which they grow? Is it possible? It is maybe that such types of plants do not prepare their own food and then do not get nutrients from the soil. Bojo confused. If the pitcher plant is green and carry out the photosynthesis, then why does it feed on the insect? A question struck in Bojo's mind that Bojo wanted to know that that pitcher plant is green, still he eat insect. Yes, Bojo pitcher plant have already green, but it do photosynthesis, but they not get enough nutrients from the photosynthesis. So the where the plant are situated, there is no nitrogen, enough nitrogen to take protein from the plant. Pitcher plant and showing the lead in other part. Here is given the structure of the pitcher plant. This is the pitcher plant. This is its leaves and modified by the jug, like a jug. And when the insect sit here, the pitcher plant secrete a juice and insect trap in it and kill the pitcher plant and take nutrients. Now we will explain the other mode of nutrition, saprotrophus. You might have seen packet and mushroom and sold in the vegetable. You have seen the mushroom and you already know about the mushroom. There is a vegetable, types of vegetable whom mushroom be taken. So we will study about the mushroom. Market. You may have also seen fluffy umbrella-like patch growing in the moist soil on rooting bud during the rainy season. You have seen the rainy season. There are umbrella-like non-green plant and growing on the decaying matter. Later find out what type of nutrition they need to survive and for where they get them. We will here study about the mushroom, that where does he get food and how. Packet of mushroom. A mushroom growing on decaying material. Mushroom are growing on decaying material, rotten material. Bojo want to know how this organism acquire nutrition. Bojo wanted to know why this organism acquire nutrition. They do not have mouth like animal do. They do not have mouth like animal do. They are not like green plant as they were like a chlorophyll, and it mushroom cannot contain chlorophyll and cannot make food by the process of photosynthesis, and so it cannot make their food by process of photosynthesis. I will understand the 21 about the mushroom. Take a piece of bread and moisten it with the water. We have to take the piece of bread and moisten with water, leave it in a moist warm place for near about 2 or 3 days until fluffy patch appear on them. Actually, for activity 2, we have to take the piece of bread and moist them and place it in 2 or 3 days, such as given in figure 1.8. Observe the patch under the microscope. We have to observe the microscope or a magnifying glass. Write down your observation in the notebook. You will see cotton-like thread spread on the piece of bread, and you will see when you see by the microscope and magnifying glass, there are cotton-like spread piece of the bread. These organisms are called fungi. They have different mode of nutrition. They observe the nutrition from the bread. This mode of nutrition in the organism taking the nutrition from the dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic nutrition. The organisms who take their food from the dead and decaying matter are called saprotrophic nutrition. It is the other mode of nutrition, saprotrophic. The organism who take their nutrition by dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic, such as fungi. Such organisms with saprotrophous mode of nutrition called saprotrophous, and mushroom and fungi are called saprotrophous because they do not prepare their own food, and they also do not depend on the other animal and other things, but they eating this all decaying matter called saprotrophy. Fungi also grow in pickles, leather, cloth, and other articles that are hot and humid weather are long during the rainy season. They spoil the thing. Ask your parent about the main fungi in your house. The fungal infection is for the green present in the air when the land. Fungal infection also occur in our body and land where it may be. Bojo say once the grandfather told him that his wheat field were spoiled by the fungus. Bojo said that her father told him that his wheat field have spoiled due to the fungus. He wanted to know if fungus case disease also. He wanted to know if the fungus case disease. Pehli told him that many fungi like yeast and mushroom are useful. There are so many fungi that are useful, but some fungi are case of disease in plant. But there are some harmful fungi that case of disease animal including human. There are also there are disease in animal and human fungal infection. Such fungi also used as a medicine. There are many diseases occur in the human such as fungal infection, wet and warm thing that germinate and grow. This type of infection, wet and warm germinate. Now can you figure out how we can protect our things from getting spoiled? Now we can say that how our things can be protected to spoil. Some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrition. There are some organisms who live together and share their nutrition all together. This relationship is called symbiosis, and this type of relationship are called symbiosis. For example, certain fungi live inside the root of plant. This plant provide nutrition to the fungus, and in return the fungus provide water and certain nutrition in organism called lichen. This type of organism called lichen. A chlorophyll containing partner, which is an alga and fungus live together. This fungus provides shelter, water and mineral to the alga, and in return the alga prepare the food to the fungus. So fungi provide it water and mineral and its substance for the alga. How nutrition are relationship in the soil? Have you seen farmer spreading manure fertilizer in the field? You have seen farmer spreading manure or fertilizer in the field, or gardener using them in the lawn or the pots. Gardener also use this fertilizer in their garden. Do you know why this is done? Do you know that why farmer is spreading the fertilizer in their field? Minerals and nutrients from the soil, so their amount in the soil keep on declining. The amount of nutrition in the soil decline. Fertilizer and manure contain nutrition such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. Soil contain the three types of nutrition such as for potassium, phosphorus and nitrogen. These nutrition need to be added from the time to time to enrich the soil. So we have to increase the fertility rate of land. We have to spray the potassium, phosphorus and nitrogen time to time as well. We can grow the plant and keep them healthy if we can fulfill the nutrition requirement of plant. If we keep the plant healthy, we can fulfill the required nutrients of the plant. Usually crop plant absorb a lot of nitrogen. There is the crop that usually take a lot of nitrogen, and soil become the deficient in nitrogen. So in this way the soil become deficient of nitrogen, there are lack of nutrition. So you learn that thought the nitrogen gas it is available in the plenty of the air, plant cannot use it. As we know that there are 78% nitrogen in the oxygen, there is a lot of oxygen in the air, there is a lot of nitrogen in the air, but plant why cannot use it? The manure they can use carbon dioxide, they need nitrogen in soluble form of, plant need nitrogen in soluble form, not direct form. Hence addition of fertilizer and manure enrich the soil, and when we add the soil with fertilizer and manure it enriches the soil. Bacterium called, there is a bacterium called rhizobium can be take atmospheric nitrogen. There is present rhizobium types of bacteria that convert it into the usual form, but rhizobium cannot make its own food, so it often live in the root of the gram, pea and mung, beans and other lignans and provide them with the nitrogen. There is a bacteria in the field that change nitrogen in soluble nitrogen that used for plant and provide them with the nitrogen. In return, the plant provides food and shelter to the bacteria. They thus have a symbiotic relationship. This association is great significance for the farmer. They can reduce the use of nitrogenous fertilizer where leguminous. Plant are green, most of the plant dal are obtained by the ligation plant. In this chapter you learn that most of plant are autotrophic, only a few plant are parasite and saprotrophic. They derive their nutrients from the organism. All organisms categorized in the autotrophics and sign depending on the plant and the other for food. Can we say that insectivorous plant are also heterotrophies? Here we can come across, we will revise the whole chapter. There are total two mode of nutrition, such as one is autotrophics, another is heterotrophics. Plant prepare their own food, so they are called heterotrophics, and animal and human do not prepare their own food, they are called heterotrophics. And the animal who do not prepare their own food, also they not depend on the animal, they prepare their own food by decaying and dead matter. They are called saprotrophic. For example, mushroom and fungi. Heterotrophy, for of the example, heterotrophic mode of nutrition such as occur in the animal and human, and autotrophic nutritions occur in the plant and animal. So I hope that you will understand. Okay, why I want to revise this once again. There is a saprotrophic nutrition, the nutrition of the fungi and mushroom, and there is a symbiosis where some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrition. And there is a no nitrogen in the soil when we add fertilizer. And there are one plant who there are few plant who insect called insectivorous plant, such as pitcher plant. There is a plant who is parasite. They do not prepare their own food, they depend on the animal on which it climbing, such as parasite plant such as amarvel or cascata. Heterotrophs such as heterotrophs, example of heterotrophs are such as human and animal. Autotrophic example are such as plant, and there are few plant who do not prepare their own food, they depend on other things such as insectivorous plant and parasite. Insectivorous plant, the example of insectivorous plant will be pitcher plant. So I think you understand, and I hope that you will understand, and I will explain. Thank you, and please like and share to my YouTube channel, and I will explain you if there is any problem, then you ask me.